Through the mirror. It's been a long day, and a teacher is sitting at her desk in a classroom with two students, a boy and a girl. It is far past the final bell of the school day, and she wants nothing more but to return to her warm home. But the teacher is stuck grading her students' papers. While the boy is sitting on the far side of the room, switching between his phone and his schoolwork, the girl is speaking to the teacher. She's spoken for so long that the teacher began to tune out her voice long ago, chiming in with a nod or a mm-hmm every once in a while, focusing on her work so she can return home. Through the teacher's overworked eyes, she notices something which pulls her away from her work. From beneath the door of a storage closet emanates a creeping darkness. Not the darkness of a room with the lights off, but a darkness which takes the shape of light, reflecting from the ground in front of the door. The teacher stares at the shadowy outbreak. The girl stops talking. She notices the change in the demeanor of the teacher. The shift between a shrinking, hunched-over woman to that of a watchtower. The girl turns to see what the teacher is looking at. She sees the darkness beneath the door. Before she can say a word, the teacher stands and begins to walk towards the closet. The girl follows, the now cold and distant teacher, as the teacher approaches the door. She opens it. For a moment the girl breathes a sigh of relief as she sees just a regular storage closet. The teacher is still entranced. The girl looks again and notices what the teacher sees. There is a mirror that beholds no reflection. A window into an inky black void. The temperature drops so suddenly you would expect the girl to freeze. And she is frozen, but not by the cold that exposes the cloud of her breath, but by the deep blackness of the mirror. The cold reaches the boy, who finally looks up from his phone. He looks up just in time to witness the teacher approach the event horizon. She climbs her body through the mirror into a world of nothingness. She keeps walking, into the void. As her silhouette gets further and further, the girl begs for her to return. She begins to follow, coming towards the mirror. The boy does not say a word while he watches in horror as the girl puts her hand into the mirror. As she touches the precipice, she freezes, shattering into hundreds of opalescent shards, exploding in every direction. The boy runs. Flashes of light. Whoa, she turns to her sister, Lucy. These completely block out the sunset. Lucy says nothing, but looks at Astrid with a face full of pride. Astrid turns back to the window and continues to look through the lenses of the spectacles, comparing them to what she can see with her naked eye. The sun is nearly past the horizon, and heavy clouds have set in as far as the eye can see. With Lucy's glasses, Astrid stares directly at the sunset. The lenses completely block out the center of the sun, with only the halo still visible. The beauty of the sight entraps Astrid. She stares into the horizon, admiring the sight, though she doesn't for long. The black sun begins to unnerve her, and she removes the glasses thereafter. Astrid returns the glasses to Lucy, trying to hide her sense of unease gained from the sight of a black sunset. The world outside soon sees its light fade into the darkness as the sun finally rests deep below the horizon. Astrid lays herself on the windowsill, staring deep into the darkness of the night. The smell of her grandmother's house permeates through the room, and Astrid opens the window to freshen up the air she and Lucy breathe. Lucy sits on a couch to her right, scrolling Instagram as the night begins to wind down. Astrid, looking out the window, sees the first strike. Far in the distance, blue fire arcs in rigid lines from the sky into the earth. Her eyes glow in the reflection of the phenomena. A few seconds later, a boom fills Astrid's ears and the house shakes. Lucy quickly puts her phone down and lays her arms over the windowsill as well, awaiting the next strike in unison with Astrid. It does not take long. Bolts of millions of volts of electricity fill the sky. Every few seconds, the pair hear the booms and screeches of the billions of electrons smashing into the ground. Every time the ground shakes in response, the sisters fall further and further into attention. Astrid recalls the speed of sound in air is 343 meters per second. A well-known trick, Astrid, beholding the beauty of Mother Nature showing her might, begins to estimate in her head the distance of the strikes. She counts about 4 seconds between each strike and its subsequent roar. She quickly estimates a distance of a little under 1.5 kilometers. I've heard of people getting electrocuted by holding their windowsills when their houses get hit, Lucy declares, calmly. Astrid moves her arms from the windowsill, and Lucy does the same a second later. The pair continue to watch the lightening of the horizon, and Astrid once again begins to count and calculate. Flash. 1 second. Boom. It's gotten closer. A lot closer. A shock hits Astrid, one of dull terror instead of electricity. She feels in her chest a sense of doom, and anxiety in her stomach. She manages to push down and continue watching the show. Watch the show she did, seeing a bolt hit her neighbor's house, a mere 30 meters away. Sparks flew in all directions from the point of contact, and both sisters jumped back. Astrid quickly readjusts her position to one where a potential strike hitting her house would be the least dangerous, fearing the sky above. The terror then becomes panic. A flash of light illuminates the yard outside the window. From behind a corner, they see it. It is the size of a bus. It has 7 long, pale, white legs like an insect. It has sunken eyes and the face of a man who has gone mad. Its jaw hangs open to reveal its maw of rotten teeth. Simultaneously, Astrid and Lucy slam the window closed and put the blinds down. Through the blinds, every flash of light in the sky illuminates its sickly body coming closer and closer. Lucy runs and turns off the lights, hoping it doesn't see them. The two sit with their backs against the wall underneath the windowsill. Astrid is crying. The ground shakes with more frequency than the sky lights itself. It's right there now. Tunnels. There is a word prohibited from usage in Torchlandic law. That word being tunnels. A superstition so feared that it crept its way into the founding documents of the freest country in history, Torchland. Purported by those lucky enough to have experienced the collective dream long ago. They speak of a woman who went mad, mining the tunnels. The founder of Torchland knew the dangers that the tunnels posed. The mad woman heard voices, you see. She heard the tunnels. She killed for the tunnels. On the eve of the dream's final day, she hid within them to escape the olden apocalypse. Those who dreamt say they heard her cackles fade. She was never seen again. It is said that the tunnels crumbled by her own hand. Nobody knows for sure who lit the fuse which slayed the creature within. The allure of the tunnels is known to drive anybody who enters mad. The tunnels entrap everyone eventually. Its first victim is always its creator. So what happens when someone, like you, decides not to obey Torchlandic law?